It was about a year ago when I did a review on the VANMASS car phone mount, and now they've come out with a new upgraded version, and I look forward today to sharing with you about it, going into my car and demonstrating it to you so you could see how well it holds up while driving. So welcome to Sid's Tips. Thank you so much for joining me today. And yes, having a good car phone mount with a number of different options makes it for a great car phone mount. But what's really cool about this one too is you can actually use this here in your home, and I'll demonstrate that to you. So I will put a link in the description where you get more information, and this was sent to me. I'll give you my unbiased opinion. And if you find this video of help, greatly appreciate a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber and find I add value, then click that subscribe button and of course the bell icon so you can be notified of new videos. So let's talk about what's included. Packaging, very similar to their other packaging. So you're going to get two different mounts. You are going to get a mount that goes to the air vent, and then this one will work on your dash as well as your windshield, which is nice. And then both connect to this piece on the back there with a ball joint. And then it also comes with a plate should you need that. And then lastly, you have the user manual. So let's first talk about the vent mount, as I do have a vent sample. Now, the way it works here is that you're gonna need to have a vent for your car where the vent slats are straight. So if you've got ones that are curved, it's not gonna work, but whether you wanna do it vertically or horizontally, it will work. And there is a lever here that you're going to just pull like this and it locks in place. So in this case, I'm gonna go ahead, put the vent on the vent like this, and then I'm going to turn the lever like this, and now it's locked in place, and that's what it would look like in your car. Now you can put this plate in like this, and then all you do is lock it like this, and now you're good to go. Now do keep in mind, some vents are floppy, so they'll be loose. This one holds up well a bit, so just keep that in mind as well. So you might have to do some adjusting there. And as far as the door opening up, you can see how wide that is, so you can easily get a big phone. Now I've got the Pixel 5 here, and this is a smaller size phone, but just will give you an idea, and you can see how this works. So you got the lever there, you push the lever to open it, and then you just squeeze and it stays on well in there. And you can see, actually, let me get this a little further down, and just like that, it stays in place. And you can see there, that's gonna stay well, and I'll show you actually the inner part of the plate. So whether or not your vent again is vertical or landscape, it will work either way. And then what's nice is with the joint, it can adjust any way you pretty much want to set it up. Now let me just show you here the plate here that it sits on. So this is a rubber silicone material, and then you also have, so this is more of a firmer type of rubber, and then here it's a little bit softer, kind of like a rubberized foam material. And then down here there's a little bit of rubberized material, and that's what helps keep it locked in place. Now, let me go ahead and show you the other connection, and then we'll go into my car. And this is what's nice about the other one here, is that this can be used not only in your car, but here on a desk. And so again, this locks in place like that, and the same thing. You can open it up. I'm going to show you before I go for a drive the different options you have here. So one, you can use it. There's a knob here, and if you turn the knob this way, this will open up, and now you can have it for it sticking out like that, if that works well for you. And then on this side, so you can adjust this however you want. You've got all that room to work with. So if you want to go halfway, you can certainly do that, and then that locks in place. And then if you want to adjust the height angle, you can easily just undo the side knob, and there you go. Let me just do that, and you can see you can have it sit on your window dash just like that. Now, it does have a sticky remover, and then also it has a knob, and you'll see here there is a lock and unlock, and all you need to do is lock it in place for it to stick. So let's say this is your window dash. You put that down, and once that's in place, that is now locked in place, and you could see that is sitting right on my desk. Now you can, as I mentioned, depending upon the surface that you have, it should stick to most surfaces. You can even use that on your desk. Now, as far as unlocking it, you just turn that knob the other way, and then there's a lever to pull this up, and it can come up. Now, the other nice thing is if I want, again, I could just adjust this a little bit, and actually so we're gonna push this up a little bit on a little bit of a higher angle. And now if I want, I could take the knob and I could pull this out a little further out, which is nice. When I set this up on my window, and let me go ahead and undo this, the way this is gonna look, and we'll set this up here. This is gonna go on my window on an angle like this, and you'll see that there, and then you'll be able to use that in your car like that. So you could see there's a number of different ways that you can use this, and I really like this knob. It seems like it's really well made. This is mostly plastic, it's lightweight, but let's go to my car. I'm gonna test drive it now. I'll show you different angles as I drive. We'll see how much bouncing there is, and I'll give you my final thoughts when I'm back. Okay, so I am back, and hopefully you got a pretty good idea for the mounts and how sturdy they were and how bouncy they were. So here's my thoughts. This mount worked very well as far as keeping the phone from bouncing because there's no extension, it's right in the vent. This piece works well, but there is definitely a bounce, especially when you extend the arm. And the heavier the phone that you have, the more of the bounce you're probably going to get, especially on the kind of road that you may drive. So if it's a smooth paved road and you're on the highway, you're probably going to be okay. But as soon as you hit some potholes and other rough terrain, then you're definitely going to see it bouncing quite a bit. But I do like the mechanism of the mount and a lot of different options there. So you got the best of all worlds. And again, you can use this on your desk, which is nice. So if you don't want to have it for your car and looking for something to use on your desk that gives you that flexibility, then you might want to even consider that for your office. So let me know if you have any questions. I appreciate the company sending it to me. For me, if I were to use it, I'd probably actually lean more for this piece than going with this because it bounces. The only way that it would also work without probably bouncing is if you keep the arm in, because then it's holding and it's steady that way. So if you don't need to extend the arm, then you'd be okay with this. And I would try and figure out a way to use it. But as soon as you extend the arm, you're gonna get that bounce, and it's just because of the weight of your phone. So there you go. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you so much for joining me today. Until the next video, stay safe.